Welcome to Empowered to Grow, the podcast. I am your host, Hanan Basha, the business doctor. Following our conversations with empowered women who woke up one day and consciously claimed, I am more than enough, I am worthy, I am empowered to grow. And along their empowering journey towards realizing their own potential and their quest for growth, they became a beacon of hope and guidance for others. May you also find your inner power to grow. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to our Unchartered discussion episode of Empowered to Grow. This is your host, Hanan, and I still have the very empowering Sarah Alkahery with me. Hi, Sarah.
Hello. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Well, of course, disclaimer, I am Sarah's client because she's just amazing in what she does. And, she kind of had we had our first session and I'm like, yeah, I don't do this. She's like, okay, these are things you need to do. I'm like, I don't do that. Sarah specializes in Instagram. She's an Instagram coach and strategist, and she's also really big on TikTok. And I kind of asked her to support me in building up this platform that I've been on for 3 or 4 years and I'm barely there. And I just, every time I remember, it's like, oh, I need to post on Instagram. It was not consistent for me. So this is where your strength is. And as we were talking in the first episode, Sarah, that you realized that this is an area that you're actually great at. This was one of your core competences, and you built a 6-figure business just out of that, 7-figure business out of that. Yeah. You work specifically with women, and those, I think as well, you specialize a bit further with women who want to build a product-based business, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I have my page and I create content to help women in business generally. Yeah. But I have more programs for product-based businesses than service-based, but I do work with service-based businesses, obviously.
Yeah. From your experience now, and especially now that we've seen that huge burst with Instagram and with TikTok, with the lockdowns and, all the challenges. I haven't been on TikTok. I'm not a TikTok person, but we've definitely seen that burst. From your perspective, for a woman who is building up her business dependent on these platforms, what are the first top 3 off your mind, top 3 issues or problems or challenges you've seen with women building up there?
First thing is burnout and comparing yourself to other accounts. I have a lot of clients who would tell me, if I've started the account with this other brand and look at what they're doing and how many followers they have, and look at my account. So this is the biggest issue, and the first thing that I like to highlight. You don't know what's happening behind the scenes, because most of the time when a client says this, the other account is literally my client and they're literally saying the same exact thing about her account.
The grass is greener on the other side analogy.
Always.
Yeah. Always.
So everyone feels like they don't know what they're doing. Everyone feels like they're not doing enough. Everyone feels like they still need to do better, when in reality we don't notice our progress. Yeah. So you're doing well, you're doing okay. And also you need to take breaks. Instagram is terrible. You shouldn't be on Instagram all the time. You shouldn't be on TikTok all the time. You need to give yourself breaks. You need to give yourself some away time from your accounts. And this is why I always like planning ahead. So you don't have to scroll through Instagram. You don't have to look through your content and say, okay, khalas, I have this idea. I'm going to post it now. I like what this person's doing. Let me do what they're doing. So I would recommend just taking enough breaks and not spending more than 30 minutes on Instagram every single day. You don't need more time than that. And some days I don't even open Instagram when I'm literally an Instagram coach. So you don't need to be on Instagram all the time. And this would take us to the second thing, which is being prepared, being consistent, and creating the right content. And this is where a content strategy comes in place. So you need a content strategy. What is a content strategy? A content strategy means that you create content mindfully, so that you're sending specific messages to your audience. Your audience know exactly what you want. Your audience know exactly what you're talking about and what you're selling. This will obviously allow you to just not be on top of trends. You don't need to be on top of trends because you're not running after the algorithm and you're not trying to figure out what Instagram wants. You're just building a personal connection with people. When you're building a personal connection with people, you don't have to worry about anything else, because Instagram just wants people to spend more time on it. So if people like your content, they will see your content. When you're building a content strategy for your page, a lot of people confuse that with just a calendar. content strategy is not a calendar. You have to do a lot of digging. You have to know exactly the key message that you want to send out. And then you create the calendar based on your strategy, but it's not the other way around. And the third thing I would say a lot of people struggle with is consistency, especially if it's a small business owner. She doesn't know when to post. She doesn't have a lot of time to post. And she's always worried about finding the right time, finding the right type of content to create. So I would definitely say you need to find time in your week for content. So maybe set 2 hours aside, and you don't have to post content every single day. You can just post content once a week and you'll still get results as long as you're consistent and you're posting mindfully. So these are the 3 things.
I love that. And the part as well about the numbers, from the fact that the grass is greener on the other side, and I know you know this, is it's not, well, first of all, they're not necessarily all true followers, because we know that, purchasing followers is part of Instagram life as well, unfortunately. And the other thing is you might be building a relationship with 100 followers versus having 1 million that still don't know you enough to buy anything that you're selling, or you just, kind of putting out material that is not valuable to them. And thus that in itself is still not, I think the bottom line is the numbers are not indicative of anything.
Exactly. Definitely.
Okay. From then I want to delve into the part about the value creation, because I know we spoke about this a lot, and I like dumping a lot of value, and you're like, no, hang on, it's just like, if you have one piece of advice that you would give for people who want to add a lot of value, or think that I have to tell people everything I know for them to buy anything from my end, what would be that guideline you'd give them?
So if you want to build your personal brand and you want people to trust you, you have to give them value. However, the definition of value and what your audience want to know and hear is not the same for everyone. So let's take my account, for example. I have a lot of knowledge on how to create content, how to build a proper strategy, how to grow your account, how to increase your sales, but people don't care about the technical side of how to do things on Instagram and TikTok. People want to be engaged. People want to be entertained. They want to watch fun content that they're going to like. And then after they trust you, they're going to buy from you your services. So what you want to focus on, you just want to give one piece of advice per video. And you want to hammer on a very specific pain point. For example, your audience, you work in marketing and you do ads, and you want your audience to know that you should create ads through, I don't know, Business Suite, Business Manager. I don't do ads, so I don't know.
The Meta platform.
So you're going to make a video and you're going to say why your ads are not getting results, or you're doing ads wrong. And then you're going to explain why they're doing the ads wrong. So you're just focusing on one single point, and you don't have to delve into details. You don't have to give a lot of people a lot of details to the point where it's overwhelming. So you just give them one piece of information. You tell them this is the problem. This is why it's a problem, and I'm the expert that can help you fix it. And when your target audience see this type of content, they're basically going to say, okay, khalas, I like this person. I trust this person. Let me go and buy their services and get actual customized value for my brand.
Okay, I love that. And I think it goes back again to the strategy part, that you need to understand your most valuable assets in terms of your knowledge and your experience, and how do you share that across your strategy, rather than just have a calendar and dump it in it, whatever.
Definitely.
Okay, so one last question, and this is more about, again, the mechanics. Let's look at behind the scenes of Instagram versus TikTok. Is there actually a difference, or you need to use, or is it the same? Whatever you do here, you'll do there?
There is a difference. So TikTok is more trend-based, and TikTok is more engagement-based as well. If you want to make it big on TikTok in like 3 to 4 months, you need to post about 5 to 7 times a day, which is not realistic if you have a business. So I never tell my clients to do that. What I like to do is I like posting engaging content on TikTok. And what I do for my personal brand is that I rarely ever create native content for TikTok. To be honest, I don't have time and I'm still growing.
Yeah.
So on TikTok, you need to hop on trends. You need to use filters. You need to use all the different tools on the platform. And you also have to reply to people's comments. So when someone
Okay.
says whatever in your comments, always reply, always make content using other people's comments. That will obviously give you a lot of ideas, and it will also make things or make your account grow much faster. But on Instagram, you can just post 3 times a week and you'll still be growing. And you just need a good content strategy. You don't need to hop on trends. You don't need to follow trends. And for Instagram, because there are so many different types of content that you can post pictures, you can post videos, you can post stories. You can sell a lot more through Instagram than through TikTok. But for TikTok, you can grow a lot faster because TikTok's reach is much better than Instagram. So a post on my Instagram that reached around 200,000 followers from Instagram reaches about 1 million on TikTok. So the
Wow.
numbers are quite huge, yeah, but I
Yeah.
sell better and my clients sell better through Instagram than
So
through
again,
TikTok.
it's not
Yeah,
about
because you're
just
able to
reach
create a
and
full funnel.
numbers.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're able
it's
to create
about
a full
the
funnel.
algorithm.
Yeah.
So okay. So one, I have to ask this follow-up question then. Hashtags.
Yeah.
How effective
Just
are they? Because at a point in time, there was like, you have to use hashtags. You have to, keep doing your research and finding the hashtags and all of this. But nowadays, and I know this was your advice to me as well, was don't really focus on the hashtags. It's not as effective as it used to be.
yeah. So on TikTok, hashtags are effective. They're still very useful. But on Instagram, they're absolutely useless. So back in the day when Instagram first started, Instagram would use hashtags as a way for SEO. So I want to know what this post is about. Instagram would just use hashtags as a way to like put posts under clusters and hence just put your posts and recommend it to your target audience. But now the AI is very advanced. Instagram knows what the post is about. If you're talking, they just, regardless of what language you're using, the AI processes what you're saying.
Wow.
If you
Okay.
have visual, the AI can look at the picture, it can identify key markers in the picture and just recommend the visual to your key audience. So hashtags are not useful on Instagram, but they're very useful on TikTok still.
Wow. I didn't know about the evolution of the AI.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And
Yeah.
and for those who don't know, SEO is search engine optimization. And this is kind of you being recommended for others whenever they're looking for whatever you're talking about or offering.
Yeah.
Sarah, I know that we can create a whole training out of this instead of a podcast episode, but let me wrap it up from that perspective. What is the thing you enjoy the most about what you do in terms of coaching on Instagram?
Seeing the results. That is my favorite thing in the world. Just seeing my audience. I have a client, especially because I get very personal with my clients, my one-to-one clients. I know how they're like, I know their lives, I know their personal stories. It's very, very good and it's extremely satisfying just knowing that my client who just got through a very terrible divorce, who has to like take her ex to court every single week, who has to take care of her kids, who has to work 2 jobs to support herself and her child, is now making 6 figures by creating Instagram content. That is just feels so good to know that.
Of course.
So I
That's great.
absolutely love that. Yeah, I absolutely love the results. I absolutely love the flexibility it gives women. So my favorite part, honestly, just seeing my clients blossom.
I love that. I love that. And I can't wait to see you do more in a way that
Thank you.
still is empowering to you and does not burn you out, and that still taps into all the potential and all the amazing knowledge that you've acquired and that you're sharing with everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Well, again, I hope you got a lot of value from the tips and tricks that Sarah shares. I know she's changed the way I think of content that I'm creating on Instagram myself, because for me it was just like a dumping ground rather than a place for me to interact further and to create, well, to add more value for anyone who crosses my path. So from that perspective, keep adding value and keep showing up.
So
And just, I can't wait to do more work with you because I know that there's a lot more that we can do on an annual basis.
Very excited.
Thank you, Sarah. Okay, so this is a part where don't let whatever's happening in your life, you just heard Sarah's latest example, don't let whatever's happening in your life stop you from being the amazing version of yourself. You deserve it, and you owe it to you to shine in every circumstance and to change your attitude towards every circumstance. So as always, wishing you love, abundance, and prosperity. And we're going to see you next time. Bye for now. Thank you for listening to the Empowered to Grow podcast. For further engagement with a tribe of empowered women, join my Facebook group, Empowered to Grow, or visit my website, www.hananelbasha.com. I'll catch you on the next episode. And until then, know that empowered you empowers others. Love, abundance, and prosperity to you all.